I noticed at my school there was nothing offered to highlight students who were excelling in their scholastic endeavors. There was a void, and my school needed a program to underscore the importance of student achievement. My principal, much like the principal in Chapter 4, was initially and understandably reluctant to begin an honor program because 1. Our school was undergoing major structural and logistical movements, and 2. Another teacher promised to begin an Honor Society project program and failed. Although I lacked the support and enthusiasm of my administration, I still wanted to support my students. I gathered teachers of various disciplines, including math, government, and technology, and entered into a consortium of teachers who were like-minded. We defined roles according to strengths. I was the team leader because I'm clear and concise and can delegate responsibility. The government teacher was the disseminator of information, as he had a planning period that offered him the best time to gather and give out information. The math teacher is extremely detail-oriented, so she planned the procession of events for the ceremony. The technology teacher served in the capacity of assisting either 3 teachers if we needed anything. Although we had a venue to host the ceremony, we still needed a backup plan. I expressed my want to perform the engagement at Johns Hopkins University. I sought out the assistance of a trusted professor who had a desire for community involvement. By connecting with a community entity like Johns Hopkins, it gave me confidence that there were actually people that were willing to help outside of my school's community. In fact, I have already been requested to send in the next date for the Honor Societies to my Hopkins connection in order to pre-plan the space and arrangements for next year. Another community connection that I made was asking students at another one of our partnering universities to elect a speaker who had previously been inducted to the National Honor Society to come and offer some encouraging words. That young man who came to our ceremony had such inspirational words to offer our students, and because he was so close in age to the high school students, they seemed to take his words with a bit more sincerity, as opposed to hearing speakers with no real connection to the students' everyday life. In addition to the young college student who spoke, I invited a former professor from Johns Hopkins to speak at the event too. After she accepted my invitation, she expressed how proud she was to take part in the event, and she said that she felt honored that I asked her. That just goes to show that making embedded connections with teachers of every community you encounter really does pay off. These people were willing to donate their time and space to our cause. In addition, a neighboring grocery store provided major donations to assist with the catering of the ceremony. Furthermore, I made sure that during the ceremony, we took some time to acknowledge the parents in the audience. It isn't easy to come into downtown at 5:30 p.m. And after the actual ceremony, the faculty council at my school ensured that we had a reception for both the honored inductees and the parents. The parents were able to mingle with teachers, the principal, and board members of our school's academy institutions. We made sure that we continued to send out information to parents throughout the entire process. Furthermore, after my principal began to see how much progress we were making and how hard we were working, she waived the price of the National Honor Society inductees material. Many of our students couldn't afford an extra $25 to spend on cords, pins, and membership cards. It was important for parents to know that we weren't a school attempting to take their money, but rather we are a school that wants to ensure that the entire family's success is displayed. To recap, we clearly defined our goals. We didn't take setbacks personally. We simply tried to keep our goal in focus. We created a cadre of teachers who had the same passion and vision and defined each person's role. We addressed some of the pressing issues concerning our community of parents, specifically finances, and attempted to do everything we could by eliminating costs to encourage parental support. We found community entities including colleges, universities, and grocery stores to assist us in our endeavors. Chapter 4 talks about the modeling experience to building capacity for successful community partnerships. Don't be afraid to use what is right in front of you, like the school you attend, the grocery store where you patron, etc., to assist with your programs and the ceremonies within your school. Think about places you go to all the time and make them a part of your repertoire of trusted community agencies.
Well, business partnership is a crucial, it's crucial to NAP in that students, what they learn in the school is actually applied in the workplace. The businesses and the support that they bring in the experience, the real life experience to the students. So we have students that go out and they do job shadowing. We have students that do internships just to see whether or not they're high school students, so they're not necessarily going to know if when they graduate high school they're going to pursue that particular career. And the businesses actually help them sort that out. They support in various ways. Like I said before, they offer opportunities for students to go into their work and actually witness what it's like to be in those academies. But they also support in providing us with various financial resources that we normally not have, as well as they support us in just being advocates for the program and advocates for our students. Most businesses um, need tax deduction. So when they give us money, they get a tax break. Um, Most businesses want to give back to the community. They find an organization that they believe in, and they give back. We want to be that organization that they believe in. So we want to make sure that we keep them engaged and we keep them part of the process of what goes on in the school. If you are looking to connect with different companies and you want to sort of get the word out there about your school and your program, I would start with the Chamber of Commerce. Every area has a Chamber of Commerce, local, city, state, you know. They are a great resource because they help connect the businesses with the community. So I would say Chamber of Commerce, you get appointments with them, you bring them in for a tour of your school, you get them committed to helping you, and then you start by identifying certain companies within the chamber that you want to target. And you start bringing those people in to the school, or you bring the school to them. You bring in a number of students that can go and do a presentation about the school to the board meetings. Another way you can do it is if you have, we're fortunate in Baltimore that we have a Baltimore area visitors and visitors association. So we can always go to one of their board meetings and they have a number of businesses that fall under their umbrella that you can target in one shot if you go to one of their board meetings. So it's a matter of connecting with the local agencies and local associations to connect you with the local companies that you really want to target. And it's also important to know who you want to target.
There are a lot of community programs that are important. I mean, I think I'd like to start with the mental health programs. University of Maryland has a mental health program where there's a psychologist, full-time psychologist who is accessible to our students. And whether it's grief counseling for students who have lost a loved one, sometimes through violence, whether it's us making this move and students feeling insecure about